Today we have Davinci J15 back on the channel. Last time we was here, that was in November. And Davinci told us that Bitcoin might be going down between 9 and 12,000. Well, we've moved on since then. Davinci got into Bitcoin in 2009. He is the most OG Bitcoiner that I know. Davinci has also historically been very accurate at calling tops and bottoms of the market. When he speaks, it's probably best that you listen. So let's get in and hear what Davinci has to say today. Davinci, welcome back to the channel, man. Good to have you here. Last time that you were on, that was all the way back in November. You know, there was a different market back then, but I'm still feeling a lot of uncertainty in the market. You had predicted potentially seeing Bitcoin come all the way down to 9 to 12K. You do have a track record of getting these things right. With everything going on in the economy right now, is that still your opinion, or have we moved on past then?
Yeah, we moved on past that. Once we hit the bottom of 15K in December, there was no more downside, and then it just reversed from there. We're now back at the 30K and struggling to get above 30K because that's massive resistance. Now before it was massive support. Bitcoin has stayed in that resistance band for a while, so that means that we could see, because it's consolidated in that band, we could see a blow off.
Certainly, people who are new to the space are always trying to time the bottom and try to time the top, which I feel like never really works. You tend to have a different strategy, right? Maybe you can share a little bit about how you accumulate Bitcoin and what you kind of recommend to folks.
Yeah, for most people, they should just dollar cost average this DCA. And basically, you know, you set up a time like once a week, once a month, whatever it is, you put in a small amount into Bitcoin and you buy it, no matter, regardless of the price. And when we see Bitcoin make an all-time high, you start scaling out the opposite way, where you start taking DCAing out. So that's the best choice for you to do as an individual that's, you know, coming into this market and doesn't know, okay, so where do I buy, where do I sell?
We've had a lot of uncertainty recently with regulations being completely unknown, Bittrex going down after all the burden with KYC. Well, exchanges are having a really hard time right now, but also wider space for regulation and things like that. What are your thoughts on exchanges?
As you know, or maybe you don't know, there's a document called the Choke Point 2.0. It is basically how they're going to close off people from accessing crypto in North America. This is their plan, because they can't stop this, right? So all they can do is slow it down by using the regulatory means they've got on their tool belt. And so that is the control of different exchanges, and also the control of the use of the US dollar as well. So that is the plan, and that's what they're executing, and they're doing extremely well at it. But in the end, they're going to lose, of course.
And I think we're starting to see too, like with GMX and things like that, some really awesome kind of decentralized alternatives. And I really do hope that in the next 5 years or something, that, you know, you have a kind of an even keel between DEXs and SEXs, as far as like just that user experience becoming much better from decentralized exchanges. And, you know, then we don't have to worry about these kind of regulatory chokeholds.
The key thing is that we have to start using an algorithmic US dollar, because that's going to they're going to cut off all the other US dollar tethers, and like USDC is coming, USDT, all of these are going to get hurt badly as the Choke Point 2.0 rolls out over the next little while. So expect the unexpected when it comes to that, right? They've already attacked BUSD. Expect more attacks coming down.
With that being said, I mean, what are you doing right now? Are you 100% in like volatile crypto, or do you have some money in stablecoin? If you do, where is it being held in? Do you think that USDC and USDT are imminently going down?
I'm mostly into crypto. I hold my 90% of my wealth in crypto, and I don't have time for anything else, because, you know, these guys, one false move and confidence loss, and then that's it. It's in one day, and within one day, that's it. The game could end with our financial system.
You also believe in things like Pax Gold or whatever? Like, are these things that you feel are somewhat secure or not really?
You know, they're the same thing. They're just basic the derivatives. You don't own any gold, right? Gold is leveraged 101. So basically, anywhere you feel you own gold, odds are you own. If it's not in your hands, you don't own it. Basically, somebody else does. So it's just been hypothecated into, and so the real person who owns it, most likely the United States government, they hypothecate the most of their gold. So, so basically, it's not yours.
I hear you. I've been allocating a bunch more physical gold, precious metal, jewelry a bit. Still predominantly mostly in Bitcoin and ETH. I don't even know what my exact percentages are, but been getting a bit more gold, and just because of the US dollar instability. Let's talk a little bit more about the current market right now. Let's talk about a couple of things that are really, really hot: meme coin season and ordinals. Have you been dabbling in either of those, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I did call the Pepe coin hey, people, you should buy some Pepe coin. Didn't get much of it, and yeah, it skyrocketed. It did extremely well. All right, I heard you did something. You got into Pepe coin before, so that's congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And to anybody who listened to our call, it was funny. I got a lot of phone calls saying I was crazy. You shouldn't be telling people that.
you get told you're crazy a lot in your life, in your career, Davinci, back in 2009 with Bitcoin, and people should start listening to you more often, I think, right?
True that.
And how about ordinals? I mean, this is a little bit confusing for me. I did buy a couple of these Pixel Pepes and one Bitcoin Punk. I haven't looked into it, but I did see a title from one of Ivan's videos talking about how the Bitcoin developers want to like axe out ordinals. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't heard of them wanting to axe out ordinals. I mean, hey, you know what? People are going to use it was put in there, and people are going to use it the way they feel fit, and so that's what it's being used for. Now, keep in mind, as the fees go up, eventually people will stop using it. So they should just let it go.
Did you dabble in it at all?
Do I dabble in the ordinals? No, I don't have any ordinals yet.
Not yet. Man, it took me a while to figure out just how to participate. But yeah, I can't tell yet if that's just a hot meme, like a meme season, or if there's actual real value utility there. I guess time will tell. Let's go on to something that you probably can give more perspective on than maybe me, especially since you're well known for kind of predicting different prices in the markets and calling tops and bottoms. What are your thoughts for the short term, like the next 30 days? You sell in May. Is that kind of like a, what do you think about that? And then next, let's say midterm, we have the debt ceiling debate coming on right now, and I've heard that maybe if the debt ceiling goes up, we'll see some short-term relief rally, and then it seems like everybody's screaming that there's going to be a big global recession. Are we going to, if equities and stocks come down, are we still going to see that correlation with Bitcoin and equities? And then when do we eventually go back up, break through all-time highs, and come back into a bull run?
As for the sell in May and walk away, I don't think that works quite well with Bitcoin because it's a commodity and it acts like a commodity. It doesn't. It has different seasons, so you can't really use the sell in May and walk away kind of mantra that Wall Street uses. Now, as for the next 30 days with Bitcoin, still stuck in its range, right? It was breaking down, and it failed to continue breaking down. We're seeing a lot of volatility here in this range between the 27.5 and the 30K. And as we continue to battle in the range, that means that they're actually consolidating. So price can consolidate through time or through price, meaning that we drop down. Normally, we would have expected Bitcoin to go up to the 30K and fail from the 30K since it's a heavy resistance. When it didn't fail and it stayed in a tight band, that means that we're consolidating through time. That's the same thing as if we were to go down and then retest it. So as we're basically staying in the same range, testing the top every once in a while. Eventually, it's going to get broken and we're going to break higher. So look for Bitcoin to head up to 40K or even 50K high this year, but don't count on it staying up there for very long. We're going to probably head back down to retest the lower areas, maybe even as low as 20K.
Part of me really wants to see it come back down just so I can accumulate a bit more, but I also wouldn't be mad if we saw a big move to the upside. I mean, do you feel like if we do see a recession, that Bitcoin will still be traded as a risk off or a risk on asset? Will it be still correlated to a falling in stock prices, or do you think we'll finally see that great decoupling?
Right now, it is decoupling. It was only coupled from which year? I think it was 2019 to just like I believe a few months, like in December or November, is where it ended its coupling between the stock market, and so we're moving back to being Bitcoin being its own asset and moving in its own way. I think that Bitcoin has nothing to do with stocks. Stocks are actually going down in
Yeah.
value, even though they've been moving up.
All right, Davinci. Thanks so much for coming back, man. Always appreciate your time and insights. You're actually the most OG player I've ever met, man. So it's really an honor to have you on, and always enjoy your insight. Thanks so much for coming
Thanks.
on.
Great to be here. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Cheers.
Cheers.